Big shout out to Tommy V in Michigan. He was on fire this morning.
Okay, thank you, Tommy V in Michigan. Yes, sir. If you share my prayers.
Tommy V's on. Yeah, we'll jump over there. How about that?
So your full name, sir, is Richard Albert Wallace. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. And Ms. Schroeder, your appearance, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Aaron Schroeder, on behalf of Mr. Wallace, for purposes of his arraignment only this morning. Mr. Wallace is looking to is looking to use the services of the Public Defender Office, and we will get that paperwork over shortly. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Sir, this is file 24-00989FY. This is a complaint, sir, alleging on or about the dates of March 17th to March 18th of 2024 at Clear Street and East Hazel Street here in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, Michigan. Count 1, on or about March 17th, alleges that you did make an assault upon Tracy Terry by strangulation or suffocation. That is contrary to law, sir. It is a felony. Maximum penalty up to 10 years or $5,000. A consecutive sentence may be imposed under MCL 750.506A if the assault was committed in a place of confinement. Count 2 alleges on or about March 18th of this year that you did make an assault upon Tracy Terry with a dangerous weapon, to wit, a handgun, but without intending to commit the crime of murder or to inflict great bodily harm less than the crime of murder. Also contrary to law, a felony. Maximum 4 years and or $2,000. A consecutive sentence may be imposed under MCL 750.506A if the assault was committed in a place of confinement. Again, on or about March 18th, that you did carry or have in your possession a firearm, to wit, a handgun, at the time you committed or attempted to commit a felony, to wit, felonious assault. That is also contrary to law, a felony, sir. Maximum penalty 2 years consecutively with and preceding any term of imprisonment imposed for the felony or attempted felony conviction. Again, mandatory forfeiture of weapon or device. Count 4 alleges on or about March 17th that you did make an assault or an assault and battery upon Tracy Terry, an individual with whom you had a dating relationship. Contrary to law, a misdemeanor. Maximum penalty, sir, 93 days and or $500. A consecutive sentence may be imposed under the statute again if the assault was committed in a place of confinement. Additionally, sir, there is an habitual offender third offense notice on the complaint. Because you have 2 prior felony convictions, the maximum penalty may be enhanced from what I originally told you. So do you understand these charges and maximum penalties, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And you have rights as well. We're going to go over those. You have the right to plead guilty, not guilty, or stand mute. You have the right to a trial by a judge or a jury. And at that trial, you can present or confront witnesses. If they would not appear, the court can order them to do so. You also have the right to a lawyer, and if you cannot afford one, one can be appointed for you at court expense. Additionally, sir, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or write can be used against you, and you always have the right to have a lawyer present with you at any time you are questioned. Additionally, sir, you are presumed innocent. If found guilty, it must be beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those rights, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, good. Now, I do understand that you're applying for an attorney. We have 2 hearing dates for you, sir. Your first hearing is a probable cause conference scheduled for May 2nd at 8:30 a.m. That is or can be held by Zoom if you have access. If you don't, then you have to appear in person. The second hearing is a preliminary exam where you must appear in person, and that is Thursday, May 9th at 8:30 a.m. Also, both hearings are with Judge Cynthia Ward on the 6th floor of City Hall in courtroom number 1. So you will get that notice and the Zoom instructions today. You will also get a brochure from pretrial services, but I'll elaborate on that in a few minutes. Now, is there anything I've told you that you do not understand?
No, Your Honor.
All right.
Allegations against Mr. Wallace, however, they are allegations only. He has the presumption of innocence. He is self-employed at this time, and he has quite a bit of quite a few obligations he needs to pay on. He indicated to me that while he does have a prior record, he indicated that that prior record does not contain assaultive type crimes. He indicated he did not believe anything was there was violent. The only time he's failed to appear is when he didn't get notice in the mail of something. He's lived in the Lansing area his entire life. He is originally from here. He is the father of 4 children and currently going through a divorce at this time that he is actively working through. I do realize that he has a hold on him, so he has to see Judge Allen later this afternoon regarding a misdemeanor file. However, I would ask the court to consider him for a PR bond on this file. He has requested, and I'm sure it will come into play here, a GPS tether, because he understands that it being in lieu of jail, it would be an alternative he is more than happy to have, given everything. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, sir, so the court does look at 2 factors. Are you a flight risk and are you a danger to the public? The court recognizes or reviews the allegations, absolutely understanding that they are allegations, and you certainly do have the presumption of innocence, as Ms. Schroeder stated. I am allowed also to look at your criminal history to assess whether or not there's been any other assaultive or violent behaviors. You do have a criminal sexual conduct 4th degree conviction in 2007, a malicious destruction of property in 2005, some ordinance misdemeanors, traffic ordinance misdemeanors, a retail fraud in 2014. In 2016, a felony conviction for breaking and entering 7 of 21 animals, abandoning cruelty to an animal, pled guilty to that. And that's the extent of your criminal history, other than another retail fraud in 2021. The court is definitely concerned for the safety of a complainant, especially if there's any allegations of an assault or a weapon being used. And again, wholeheartedly, you are presumed innocent and not suggesting otherwise. I ask these questions and I look at this to determine, again, are you a flight risk or could you be a danger to the public? I can answer at least the second question affirmatively. I am concerned based on your past history, and also the allegations here are quite serious. I understand that the complaining witness was treated at the hospital. Whether you're responsible for that, that certainly has yet to be determined beyond a reasonable doubt. So with that being said, I'm not going to grant a PR bond nor a 10%. I don't find that that is sufficient to ensure your appearance as well as her safety. So I am going to set a $10,000 cash surety bond with conditions, sir, to protect her, obviously, and to ensure your appearance. So first of all, don't miss any court dates and don't violate any state or local laws while you're on bond. You are not to possess, purchase, or consume any alcohol or controlled substances without a prescription. You are also not to leave the state of Michigan without permission from the court. Additionally, you're not to possess or purchase any firearms, ammunition, or dangerous weapons, and you're going to have to report to pretrial services upon your release to set up pretrial supervision. I am also ordering a GPS tether with 2,000-foot exclusion zones of where she lives, works, or goes to school. So that means you're not going to be allowed to go within 2,000 feet of those locations. And I am also ordering on that GPS tether victim notification, if possible. So if you do go inside those zones, she can be notified. Also, no contact. That means fully no contact at all. You cannot call her, write, page, email, text, no electronic communications of any kind. You can't have anybody else contact her on your behalf, and no threatening, harassing, or molesting behavior towards her or anyone else. And you are not to, again, go within 2,000 feet of where she's located at any time. So if you see her on the street in the grocery store, you turn around and go the other way. She contacts you by the phone. If you recognize the number, don't pick it up. But if you recognize the voice after you do pick up, then hang up. Absolutely no contact whatsoever. Do you understand that, Mr. Wallace?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, then anything else for the record, Ms. Schroeder?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, then you are all set, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
2 hours later.
This is case 230623. This is People versus Richard Wallace. Parents for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. APA Bart Buxton on behalf of the people of the state of Michigan. Afternoon, Your Honor.
Thank you, Honor. Vita Rothstein appearing on behalf of Mr. Wallace, who is present in the courtroom and seated to my left. This is a date and time set for a bond violation hearing, and it's my understanding upon speaking with Mr. Wallace that he will be pleading no contest to the violation. The no contest plea is due to that violation is that he has been charged with new crimes out of the 54A District Court.
With regard to the same background,
Yes.
that makes sense. Mr. Wallace, if I could speak to you for a second.
Yes, Your Honor.
Why don't you come over here, because that monitor kind of blocks my vision. How are you doing this afternoon?
Good.
Wallace, you have been charged with a bond violation. We'll get to that in just a moment, but there's a procedure that is important. And the procedure is this. As a person charged with a bond violation, you have a right to have a hearing. At that hearing, it'd be the responsibility of the person making the allegations to prove the allegations are true. And if they couldn't do that, then the allegations could be dismissed. What I understand from Ms. Rothstein is that you're going to plead no contest to the allegation. You need to understand that a no contest plea is treated the same as if you've been found guilty or pled guilty. It doesn't change what it is that I can do in terms of sentencing. And as it relates to sentencing, having a bond violation means that your bond can be revoked, you can be remanded to the custody of the sheriff until you post a new bond. But most importantly, it means that you can forfeit any money that you have posted with regard to the original bond. Smart that she has said that she would like for you to do a no contest because that way it doesn't have any effect on the new charges that are pending against you. So understanding all of that, do you still want to go forward with your plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I need you to raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the information that you're going to provide to the court will be the whole truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can lower your hand. Want to make sure you're doing this voluntarily. Has anyone threatened you or forced you in any way to get you to do this?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone made any promises to you to get you to do this?
No, Your Honor.
So you're doing this after having a complete opportunity to discuss this with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your attorney's been able to answer all your questions and address all of your concerns.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Rothstein, do you have a factual basis from a police report or something?
Yes. So the police report,
But let's do this first. So against the background of what she's about to say, you bond conditions, your bond conditions require that you abstain from getting into or criminal cases and kind of complaints issued against you. So she's about to read something that indicates that there was a complaint against you. And at the conclusion, she'll just ask you, how do you plead? You just say no contest.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Go ahead.
thank you, John. The police report was authored by A. Tristan Brown, and it looks like the incident is alleged to have taken place on March 18th of 2024. So that would have been during the time that Mr. Wallace was out on bond. And the allegations are that he was involved with some assaultive behavior with someone named Tracy Terry. And as a result of that, it's my understanding from speaking with the prosecutor that just this morning he was arraigned on, it was 4 felonies or 3 felonies? Two felonies. Felonious assault, was it?
Felony firearm, Your Honor, assault with intent to do great bodily harm less than murder, and then 1 misdemeanor of domestic violence.
There's somebody that's related to him. Relationship with her. You get a DV case.
Yes, it did.
All right, so felony firearm, DV, and A1. What's that the other?
Assault GBH.
GBH.
Okay, go ahead.
So, Mr. Wallace, as far as being violating your bond conditions, how do you plead?
No contest.
All right, I find that there's a sufficient factual basis for the court to accept a no contest plea based upon the possibility of this proceeding further legal jeopardy for Mr. Wallace. Mr. Wallace, you can continue to see.
Thank you.
So, Mr. So I'm not sure how long he's been in custody. How long have you been back in custody?
Your Honor, I am not sure either. However, what I am seeing in the 54A district court cases that his bond has been denied in that matter.
Oh, so then nothing I can do is on the outcome.
That's what I would say, Your Honor, based off of the information that I have.
Your Honor, he has been in jail since March 28, 2024 on this bond violation. And it's my understanding upon speaking with Mr. Wallace that he was given a bond of $10,000 cash or surety with a GPS tether. And he does believe he will be able, I think he is anticipating posting that bond.
Okay, well, if that's the case, I am willing to allow for him to have a personal recognizance bond in this matter, unless I hear something different from you, Mr. Robinson.
Your Honor, the only thing that I would bring up is we have received communication from Mr. Wallace's, and I'm not sure if it's wife or ex-wife, but Miss Wallace, that believes that inpatient might be appropriate for him.
Okay.
I believe you've received those emails as well, and I believe she's here in the courtroom right now.
Well, I would not ask her to say anything unless she wanted to say something. So do we already have an assessment?
I'm not aware of any assessment, Your Honor, that may be part of his pending case in 54A that they will do an assessment, but it hasn't been.
Well, let's not wait and hope that somebody does. This is an assessment under order. Assessment be done so that we can move things and not just wait for somebody else to move things. Mr. Wallace, sir, do you understand what's going on at this point?
Yes.
Tell me what you think is happening, sir.
I gotta take an assessment, see if I do drugs or something.
What we want to do is not so much know whether you do drugs or something. I believe that you should probably be in treatment. So to get you treatment, we have to find out what level of treatment they will approve. What I will be willing to do is, as I was saying before, have you be able to be released on a personal recognizance bond, but go to treatment. and for you to successfully complete treatment would be a contingency or a condition of that bond. And that if you fail to complete treatment, then you have to go back to jail. So there's an incentive for you to complete treatment.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's do this. Let's remand on a bond of $30,000 on this case with him in order to have a CATS assessment as soon as possible. To CATS to let them know that I'm wanting to get assessed as soon as possible. I'm not going to say that you have to go to one place or the other. I want you to go to the first place available.
Yes, sir.
Does that satisfy the people, Mr. Buxton?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
Other part I'm going to say too also, Mr. Wallace, that if something happens and they kick you out or you decide that you don't want to be there, you have 24 hours to turn yourself in. Otherwise, we'll have folks out looking for you.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Rothstein, anything else further for the record today?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Buxton,
No, Your Honor, thank you.
questions or concerns, Mr. Wallace?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
The other one, it don't matter.
If you'd like to talk, we can arrange for you to still talk to him. We don't have to end the conversation.
All right.
Okay.